Hello everyone, welcome to NeoUnrealist. This is a reaction video to CD Projekt Red's upcoming game, Cyberpunk 2077. And by most accounts, it's the most anticipated game of early 2020. It's scheduled for release, I think, April 15th, 2020. But for that matter, it's probably the most anticipated game in a long while. Closest thing I can remember is Red Dead Redemption 2, with this much buzz. But even for that, I think this is greater just because we've seen a lot more of this game than we did prior to Red Dead Redemption 2's release. In any event, as this is a reaction video, if you want to see this roughly 14 minutes of gameplay without me pausing and yammering at various points through it, I'll drop a link below to the original source at the official Cyberpunk 2077 YouTube channel. Otherwise, if you watch past this point, there will be points where I offer commentary, so you've been forewarned. Let's get to it then.
Hey V, you alright?
Let's do this.
Keep out with this shit.
Okay. What now?
Barré.
Johnny?
You barré? On a planché.
First off, if you hear a voice in your head that tells you to voluntarily get into a tub of freezing cold ice water, and you are not running 105-degree temperature, you probably have schizophrenia and shouldn't listen to the voice in your head, but that's just me saying it. Let's continue.
Where are we?
Our BBS, Data Fortress. Bridge to the deep net. Beyond, there are no borders. Beyond the black wall.
Is this how people in Europe will have to get onto the internet after that new EU Article 13 rule goes into effect? Are guys like V going to have to fill their bathtub with ice water and get in, hook some kind of illegal implant to their body to get past the EU internet black wall? I mean, this future is already looking very dystopian, ball-shrivelingly so.
Welcome to the Cyberpunk 2077 2019 Deep Dive video. In last year's gameplay reveal, we showed you our vision for the world of Cyberpunk 2077, its quests, and visual design. This year, we'd like to give you a peek at some of the playstyles you'll be able to adopt as your character progresses through the story.
Here goes nothing.
You're about to see sequences embodying two distinct approaches to playing Cyberpunk. We'll show you a strong solo build, that is, a character who focuses on employing blunt force and taking instant action. And a netrunner build, a playstyle taking frequent advantage of stealth tactics, hacking, and battlefield control achieved using malicious software. Additionally, you'll learn more about Pacifica, one of the game's districts, two gangs, the Animals and the Voodoo Boys, and you'll see glimpses of Johnny Silverhand, the digital construct who haunts our main character, V.
Okay, that's cool. So the game at least seems to be faithful to the mechanics of the tabletop role-playing game that it's based on. Solo is the basic fighting class in the original Cyberpunk 2020 tabletop, for example. It's good that CD Projekt Red is translating that into their virtual recreation of the game.
A word of caution. Given that the video covers a section of the game deep into the main storyline, we have edited the footage to contain as few spoilers as possible. Be aware that the gameplay as presented does reveal characters and locations you'll see while playing the game's main story arc, so watch at your own discretion.
Where are we headed?
As Peralez's campaign promise, and quote,
This way.
In this video, you'll experience a segment of a quest from the middle of the game. We're currently in Pacifica, one of Night City's 6 unique districts.
No Pacifica well.
Nah. You guys aren't exactly great at rolling out the welcome mat for outsiders.
It was designed to be a tourist hotspot within the city. As you can see, this didn't pan out.
I'd just like to point out here that there is an attack helicopter shooting the hell out of a building, and everyone seems to be going about their business. I realize that Night City is located in California, but surely things can't be this bad on the West Coast in 2077. I mean, holy smokes. I'd like to think that even in the worst-run Democrat hellhole, that if Antifa got their hands on a helicopter and started plinking corporate skyscraper windows out with them, that there'd be a bigger reaction. I mean, even in Grand Theft Auto 5, if you start firing into buildings with aircraft, they scramble helicopters and fighter jets eventually. If you prove to be a threat to multiple city blocks, in terms of scale of destruction, Jesus.
When uncertainty struck the global economy, investors pulled their funding, leaving most establishments unfinished. It's one of those places where expectations and reality collided, resulting in a heap of disappointment.
So, Night City is actually Los Angeles. I mean, tell me how this could not totally be Los Angeles of 2019.
Ongoing gang wars plague this part of the city. Outsiders don't come here if they don't have to. Even by Night City's standards, it's dangerous to those unfamiliar with it. Taking a casual stroll here would not be a good idea. A fast motorbike or armor-plated car would be the safer option.
Gonna have to opt for the armor-plated car there. Maybe it's just me, but I find it more secure than rolling around a neighborhood where one could expect rounds to be flying in your general vicinity. I mean, be sure and note in the comments section, motorcycle or armor-plated car for rolling through the dangerous Pacifica neighborhood of Night City.
But places like this have their advantages. If you're in need of rare goods or illegal cyberware, Pacifica's bustling local markets are a good place to start your search. The Grand Imperial Mall is a whole other story. It was one of the last developments in Pacifica to lose its funding. Until recently it stood vacant, but now a gang called the Animals has moved in for reasons unknown.
Something's not going right for the big guy up top.
And that's what we need to learn in order to earn the trust of the Voodoo Boys, the Animals' rivals.
What the hell?
Could fucking tell me what you plan to do first.
You take job. You do what I say. So you jack in now.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to question the wisdom of placing something into your body on the say-so of a member of a Haitian organized crime group called the Voodoo Boys, whose knowledge of English seems to be that he would say, "You take job," as an example of him speaking in full sentences. That's just me, I guess. Moving on.
Of the many gangs in Cyberpunk 2077, the Voodoo Boys are the most skilled at using the net.
You have now seen Pekinizo Agwe, our subnet.
Why? What for?
You are my vessel now. Through Agwe, I see what you see, hear what you hear.
This mysterious gang of highly skilled netrunners has close ties to the local Haitian community.
URV, we have been waiting.
Haitians settled in Pacifica in the 2060s after natural disasters struck their island and forced them to emigrate en masse. The Voodoo Boys gang formed around this same time, though at a smaller scale. Now the gang effectively rules Pacifica.
Well, you see what happens. A bunch of Haitians move into the neighborhood, and the next thing you know, there's automatic weapons going off toward the sky like it's an Iraqi wedding party.
The Voodoo Boys don't usually work with outsiders. Lucky for us, it seems they're prepared to make an exception this time.
Mr. Hand sent me. Said you got merc work needs doing.
What? There's no butcher shops on the West Coast in 2077? I mean, do we even want to know what kind of meat that dude is chopping up? I mean, the food preparation area does not look sanitary to me. I mean, though to be fair, I'm not sure how much we can expect in that department from an outfit called the Voodoo Boys.
Still, to earn their trust, we need to prove our worth. Placide, one of the Voodoo Boys' higher-ups, has offered us a mission. We need to infiltrate the Grand Imperial Mall, currently occupied by the Voodoo Boys' deadly enemy, a gang called the Animals.
20:35:07. 3 seconds before, poof, the camionette. We try to learn where the camionette come from.
The Animals are not your normal gang.
You're damn right the Animals are not your normal gang. I mean, holy crap, that guy is swole. Like a roided up animal. I mean, somebody's been hitting the human growth hormone, anabolic, something. Man.
Their presence in Pacifica is suspicious. They value might above all else and wear melee combat implants to raise their prowess in combat. Their beverage of choice is juice, a potent strength and speed-enhancing concoction.
Okay, is it just me or does this juice that the Animals gang takes, does it not sound like Alex Jones's super male vitality? I mean, because I could totally see Alex Jones getting completely roided up like this and walking around like half a Hulk.
As sought-after bouncers, they're usually dispersed throughout town. As skilled street-level business types, they've cornered the market in illegal substances and underground live-or-die prize fights. When they converge in one spot, it's for something big. It's then they appoint the fastest and strongest among them as their ad hoc leader. In this case, it's a woman named Sasquatch.
A woman named Sasquatch? Okay, now, you know if Matt Christensen is watching this, he just got a boner right now. Dude is all about those Sasquatch. Is it Sasquatch for plural, is it? Because saying Sasquatches or Sasquatchi, it just doesn't sound right. Anyway, back to the gameplay footage.
Said you wanted my vet.
It's insane.
No. As far as I remember, you said no bone brain buffaloes on steroids. Afraid that's the cost of doing biz.
This is the tech Placide was talking about. It seems non-standard for the Animals. And this is where we come in. Getting to the van won't be easy, but we're more than qualified for the job, which we can complete in one of many ways. The character creation in Cyberpunk 2077 is the kind you'd expect from a full-fledged RPG. You start by choosing your past, important because this unlocks special options at important story junctures. You also fully customize your character using a deep customization system that spans not only your look and style, but also your abilities.
Here's where there was a freak out in the video game news a couple of days back when CD Projekt Red announced that they were taking out the choice for male and female in the character creation system. I mean, a freak out that was almost entirely made up because I didn't see a huge deal made about it by most online talking heads. I mean, I saw articles written about a supposed tidal wave of outrage that existed, but not any evidence of the massive backlash. I mean, did someone somewhere complain about it? Sure they did, probably. It's the internet, and people complain about any and everything. But to write articles like there was this major backlash, disingenuous. I mean, for all the sturm and drang that this caused the SJW leftist video games media, I'm not seeing the big deal here. I mean, there are only two body types, a male and a female body that you can customize the look of. I mean, do you need actual words and labeling to see that it's a binary? I mean, that's literally all they did. Rather than the option being a text choice, you're presented with the models representing a male and a female body choice. If you want to delude yourself by thinking in your head you're playing something other than the choice you made in character creation, that's your business.
Cyberpunk 2077 does not feature fixed classes. Instead, it has a fluid class system that allows players to mix and match a wide range of abilities to suit their playstyles. You can create a strong solo character, a skilled netrunner, or any other hybrid class you can imagine. Let's see how a solo playstyle in Cyberpunk 2077 might work. Solos prefer a direct approach. They use guns and might to get things done. So let's wreak some havoc. With our enhanced strength, we can strip this turret of its weapons and give the Animals a taste of their own medicine. This is how a player investing in solo abilities might live out their Terminator power fantasy. Enhanced...
Ah, yes, because no game before ever let players live out their Terminator power fantasy. I mean, I think that describes just about every FPS game ever made. You run around shrugging off bullets like they're Skittles, and you spit hot metal back at things like it's coming out of a fire hose. I mean, that's Halo, Call of Duty, GTA. Kind of expected, really, in the genre.
Strength lets us force open doors or grab enemies to use as human shields. We also gain access to powerful melee combat cyberware. So even someone as fast and strong as Sasquatch, the leader of this group of animals, is not impossible to beat for a solo.
Okay, I take back what I said before about Matt Christensen having a boner, because if he's still watching by this point, he just lost it. Completely gone. I don't care if he pops a whole bottle of Viagra after seeing Sasquatch up close. That's... wow.
But Sasquatch has a different game plan. She's out to jack in and hack us. Let's see how this plays out.
Ready for some fun? Proceed. What's going on?
It's our choice if we want to finish her off or spare her. You're Cyberpunk, your rules.
Write it in the comments below, too, with your armor-plated car versus motorcycle choice. Spare Sasquatch or blow her away? What would you do? What would you do?
If you'd rather sneak around, hide, and strike from the shadows, no problem. Just develop your net running skills to get around obstacles or hack into enemy tech to have it do the dirty work for you.
This is why I always say you have to use a spotter, people. Throwing up that kind of weight without a spotter is crazy. I mean, I gotta say, for supposedly expert street-level criminals, these animals don't come off as all that smart.
Net running abilities mean hacking skills that let us use our cyber deck to breach access points. For this, we fill the buffer of our cyber deck with a string of instructions represented by these letters and numbers. Matching the instructions for basic access grants us control of devices connected to this network. The more instructions we match, the more control we gain over elements in the network. We can hack our way through in numerous ways. A quick hack may grant us control of the security camera. Another one should let us tweak the difficulty of the training bot to create a distraction.
Not gonna lie, that robot just wrecked that dude. One shot.
With our nanowire, we can even hack this guy's implants from a distance. In this world, almost everything is connected to a local network. And that means it can be hacked.
Ours is a wolf.
Hey, if they can get Jack Dorsey's Twitter account, you should be able to hack a soda machine.
Which brings us back to cyberspace. You don't get to do anything in the net unnoticed. There's always someone watching. It could be corpos, or even worse, it could be Netwatch.
Hi, I'm Chris Hansen with NBC.
And that is exactly the case here.
Who is they?
Netwatch. They're always out to fuck us.
Netwatch and the Voodoo Boys are like fire and ice. The first of these wants to maintain the old order and protect people from AI anarchy originating from beyond the Black Wall. The Voodoo Boys want to establish contact with the free AIs. They believe this will enable their boundless expansion on the net and grant them the upper hand over Netwatch.
I get it. Netwatch is what YouTube is called in 2077, and the Voodoo Boys are YouTube viewers trying to find the content creators' videos that YouTube tries to hide from them.
Netwatch sees this as the end of the world. Both are right.
Whoa, hey, easy.
How you deal with the Netwatch agent is entirely up to you. Do we side with the gang? Choosing to be on Netwatch's bad side is never wise. But can we really trust the Voodoo Boys?
You set me up!
As you can see, we have many possible options. But in each case, we take a risk.
Think I'll just stick to my plan.
Not sure what's going on here, but I'm going to speculate that whatever it is not good.
That didn't work out well. In the world of Cyberpunk, few things go as planned. And that was just a glimpse of how complex the branching storyline in Cyberpunk 2077 can get. Every decision you make will have consequences. Your choices will shape how the world reacts to you and affect your relationships with those around you. One of those relationships is special. Ever heard of Johnny Silverhand, a rebel rocker boy who will be your companion throughout your adventure in Night City?
Come on, really think they give a rat's dick how you look?
Ah, yes. So you basically walk around Night City the whole game with John Wick in your head.
Like everyone in Cyberpunk 2077, he has his own agenda. You'll decide if he'll be your ally or your enemy. And that chip in your head, the one thanks to which Johnny lives inside your mind, well, that's a story for another time.
That's it for this new Unrealist. If you want to help the channel out, hit like for the video and leave a comment below. Don't forget to list your choices for armor-plated car versus motorcycle, and for whether or not you would spare Sasquatch or take her out. Hit the subscribe button if you don't already sub to the channel, and click on the notification bell next to it. Set it to the all setting to keep up with newer content. Now, if you want to support the channel directly, toss your hard-earned dollars and eddies into the tip jar, follow the links below to the subscribe star or PayPal, or if you watch this on BitChute, you can just click on the green tip pledge button on the video player. And having slogged through the money-grubbing capitalist portion of this video, you somehow sat through a long video about a game you won't be able to play for at least 8 months, and my amateurish thoughts about it. I mean, gotta say, if that doesn't deserve another hash mark on your way to the Die Hard achievement, nothing does. Thanks for watching.